Okay, it's good to see you. And okay, so I'm excited for today's subject because it's been a huge thing in my life, and I've done lots of learning and lots of stumbling and lots of learning again. Can everybody hear me okay? Yeah, okay. Okay, so muscle testing. Some people call it applied kinesiology, and uh, basically it's that your body is has the ability to tell you when it's in alignment with truth or not. And it's like a lie detector test. There's something in your skin called the galvanic response, and that is where your skin gets a little bit of rough texture. Um, so if you do this right now, you might notice that um, it might be smooth, it might be rough, like the way that it might glide, or it might your skin might move bumpy over itself. And when it's bumpy, that is a sign that you're having a galvanic response. Tiny little, we call them truth bumps, rise on your skin, and it makes your skin more grippy. And it's almost, to me, I've just interpreted as this is your body wanting to hold on to whatever it is. It's it's affirming, it's connecting, okay? And when the galvanic response goes away and our skin goes smooth, it's almost like our body's saying, nope, let go of that. So the way that I started out learning how to muscle test was when I was a kid. We went to a chiropractor, I think, and he muscle tested. I think you've probably seen it. It's kind of a popular one where you hold your arm out and you resist while they pull down with two fingers, and you say things to test like, my name is Bob. That's like the common one. My name is Bob, and your arm should go weak because your muscles, it's not truth, right? And you can say your name, I am Sylvia, and it should hold strong. Now, it can also work for health. So what we were doing at the time was testing for nutrients or supplements that I needed. I had a back injury that kind of showed up really suddenly. I was just walking down a hill to my home from church, and just suddenly one step was fine, and then the next step, I it felt like um, just a shooting pain in my back, and I couldn't breathe. And I walked home the rest of the way, but it was like so careful and so painful. So we went to the chiropractor and found out that somehow one of my vertebrae had gone uh, out of place. And anyway, so we were testing for homeopathic remedies and supplements that would help with that, help with pain. And then, um, of course, he did the chiropractic adjustment as well, but he wanted to make sure that it stayed, which I appreciate. So we were muscle testing that way. And then years later, I learned the sway test. And if you are in a place where you can do an interactive participation with me here, um, I want you to, or you can try scooting forward on your seat so that you're kind of perched on the front of your seat. So your bum bones, your seat bones are on the front of your seat. And you can imagine in front of you, you can close your eyes and imagine in front of you your favorite spring, healthy, lovely, bright treat. And for me, that's strawberries and whipped cream. So, and imagine that in front of you. Imagine someone holding out a plate in front of you and offering it to you. And what would you do? You'd lean forward, probably, right? You'd lean forward and grab one of those strawberries or grab whatever it was that you're leaning forward for, that you're excited to try, okay? And then imagine that someone holds up a bag of dog poo right in front of the plate. You're gonna lean back. Um, so this is a basic description of how the sway test works for muscle testing. And I have a friend who it works best for her when she's sitting. I have a friend who her hips actually go forward instead of her shoulders. And some friends, they can tell right away as soon as their weight starts to shift, and some of them need to wait until they're almost falling over and stumbling before they are sure of their answer. And so the sway test, I'm going over these kind of quickly, but I want you to raise your hand or type in comments if you have any questions about it. And I will open my chat, okay, so that I can see the questions come up. Okay, now I have had people ask, what if your polarity is switched? Now, polarity with muscle testing kind of is like, um, it's like a magnet, and we have magnetic fields flowing around us and through us, and that is for sure. That's a scientific proven thing, so it's not even a question anymore. People used to wonder. And but when your polarity is reversed, that means your energy flow is wonky. Things are going in ways that are not in alignment with your perfect health. And so you're tempted to, or well, your body will give you wrong answers. And another a sign that you could be your polarity could be reversed is that you'll desire things that are not good for you, like staying up way too late or eating that unhealthy food or being averse to healthy food, you know? That's not to say that sometimes celery is good for you and sometimes celery is not the right thing for you, but those are indications. Another indication that your polarity could be reversed is that you just feel confusion. Like you can't focus, you can't think straight, you can't keep a train of thought. So those are those are indications that your polarity is reversed. If your polarity is reversed, you can command it back into place. You can check out why it's maybe not um, the right way. And it could be things like um, your energy could be wonky because maybe you're believing something that's not true about yourself, especially. It could be that you're angry. It could be that it could be a physical thing, like maybe you got in a car accident, or maybe you need some alignment work done with a chiropractor or something. But most of the time, you can switch it back by um, closing your eyes and imagining a compass inside of your head on a horizontal plane at the level of your eyebrows. And this compass, you just imagine the compass pointing with the north arrow, the one that's supposed to be pointing north, the red, I'm going to call it a red arrow, pointing straight out through the front of your forehead. And that can be your true north. You're in the right polarity. If you close your eyes and imagine it, sometimes just listen to that imagining. And for me, it feels like my compass is pointing this way. And honestly, I think it's because I'm a little bit distracted because the um I'm wondering if Ruthie's video is pinned, and so I'm wondering if people can see me or not while I'm talking. And so I so I'm a little distracted. So okay. So then if I focus back to what we're doing, where we are, and just get grounded. Okay. And so we're imagining roots going down into the earth, deep, 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 deep down into the earth and spreading out in all directions. And then imagine you're a tree reaching your branches up and receiving the light from the sun directly overhead. And and then the affirmation, I am here now. I am here now. Okay. And okay, I'm still wondering, well, let's see. Okay. Well, that's all right. Okay. So, okay, so my story of muscle testing continues. I made friends with a woman who was very good at it. And muscle testing is basically just there's the galvanic response, and then there's also, are these muscles strong when we think about this thing? And um this woman I met, she could muscle test with just holding her finger up, and her finger, that means that this flexor muscle was in a strong position. While that finger was up, she was doing the right thing. She was in alignment with truth. And that was her way to test everything she did. Now, some people say you shouldn't test everything you do. Some people say you should, and some people say somewhere in between. I, um, for me, I'm somewhere in between, but I'm also okay with testing every single thing if you're in alignment with truth. If your thinking and your spirit and your energy are in alignment with truth. So this woman was doing this all the time, all the time. And even about like, should I answer that text message? And if she goes to reach for her phone and her finger goes down, um, then she was like, oh, I'm not supposed to answer my text right now. And if she was thinking about something and like, oh, maybe I should make spaghetti for dinner, and her finger went down, then she would not make spaghetti for dinner. Or if she started thinking about a certain thing and her finger went down, she would realize maybe I'm not supposed to be thinking about that thing. Um, I have a question. How do you know if you are in alignment? And I would say if truth, love, and freedom are the theme of your thoughts, then you're probably in alignment with the right source. If you're sacrificing truth for, say, weirdness, which happened with this lovely, lovely woman who was my mentor, she had this desire to be special and different, and that was a problem because we're all special. And so she was imagining herself better than everybody else. And she became aligned with this alternate source that wasn't like absolute truth and absolute love. And she was disgusted a lot with other people. She was, she hid away and isolated. She was very critical, not in a, it was kind of in a righteous sounding way. She was critical of other people. And so, and then in the end, what really, really woke me up, because I had questions and doubts, but she was so, um, yeah, same, not better or worse. We're the same as other people. We're the same value as other people, the same worth to God, you know. same lovability. Um, yeah, so she got to the point where she was ready to end her life because she was so disgusted and scared of the world. And I'm not saying that that means that a person is evil if they have those thoughts, or that they are lower than or less than or anything, but it is a sign that maybe you're believing something that's not true. Like it's hopeless, I'm not good enough, people would be better off, whatever. And for her, she was wanting to hurry out of this world so that she could receive her reward in the next more quickly. Um, so in alignment, I'm okay with, yes, I'm okay with muscle testing for just about anything. I think it's fun to muscle test for what kind of beans today, or what shoes to wear or something. Most of the time I just do what I want, or what I feel like is the right thing to do. But um, if you're feeling a question about it, you can check in. Get in alignment with love. I love myself. Everyone else is worthy of love too. I'm loved and accepted and safe. And then you can muscle test about the thing that you're worried about, or that you're curious about. So we're going to go through a couple of more muscle testing varieties. Okay, so some of the first ones that I learned when I started doing energy work were the OK sign. And if the answer is yes, then this circle is going to be really strong. It's almost like the magnetic connection here is just not going to let you break through. And so you're not going to give like crazy strong pressure. You're just going to kind of knock against the fingertip hold here. And if you get a no answer, the magnetic field is not going to be strong. It's not going to support that answer, and your finger is going to glide right through. Or it might hesitate a little bit, but it'll go through. And as you get better and better at your muscle testing, you'll notice like if it's a sticky no answer, that might mean like, oh, there's a little bit of truth to that, but it's still wrong the way you've got it. So try rephrasing it or ask more questions. Almost always, when you get a no answer, it's like ask more questions. And if you're muscle testing with a partner, um, receiving answers with a partner, like a spouse or someone else who's involved in this project, um, and you get different answers, it means ask more questions. Okay. And then, so that's the okay sign. My husband used snapping was the best one for him. So the galvanic response in your skin is going to make it grippy. So if I say, my name is Sylvia, it should hold very strong. And if I say, my name is Erin, it's going to slide right off and snap. And that's the no answer. So I can, I can say, am I wearing shoes right now? No. Am I wearing a shirt right now? Yes. Okay. So okay, snapping. Okay, sign. I also learned with this little, I called it the monster mouth. And instead of having someone else push down on your arm, you push down on your own pointer finger with your with your middle finger. And if it's a yes, then your pointer finger will stay firm where it is. If it's a no, it's going to go down. The only problem is I started to get repetitive use injuries to these joints from doing that kind of muscle testing. Now, I have a feeling that other people have other ways of muscle testing that they have heard of or that they know, and I would love to hear about them. I'd love to hear you chime in. The sway test, absolutely. And we talked about that earlier, but and some people it works better when you're sitting, and some people it works better when you're standing. Another test that I know is you sit and you put your hands on your knees and point your thumbs towards each other like this. So my hands are on my knees like this, and my thumbs are pointing towards each other with my knees kind of apart. And then if I ask a question like, like, I'm on a Zoom, let's see, I'll make a statement. I'm on a Zoom call right now, and I move together, my thumbs will touch. And then if I make a false statement, I'm at the grocery store right now, then they miss. This is it's just a fun way to do it. I have another friend who his school counselor, oh, a pendulum. Oh, is it evil? No, no, and I'll tell you why. Okay. Your body knows the answer. Oh, let's see. The only one I had heard about before today was the arm out straight and someone tries to push down. Yeah. So that one's the one it works so well for showing someone um this answer because they can't deny, like, I can't hold my arm up when that supplement is put in front of me or when I say that false statement. I can't hold it up. And so it's really good evidence to your brain. Now, I don't have a pendulum, so I'm just going to use these earbuds. When it comes to pendulum muscle testing, it's like you'll say something like, "Show me a yes answer," and it'll start to swing. And for me, the yes answer is showing up as a circle. It's kind of going like that, but on a smaller level. And sometimes it could be that it'll swing like right to left for a no answer and then front to back for a yes answer. So let's see. Show me a yes answer. Yeah, and it's definitely going in a circle. Okay, show me a no answer. And it's swinging in a line front to back for me. So it's hard to see on the camera, but that's what it's doing for me. What's actually happening here is you do have a magnetic center right here. So it could be influencing it, but what is actually more likely happening is that all of the muscles in your arm are communicating the truth or falseness of whatever you're thinking about or asking. So we've already established circle is yes, line is no. So I'm going to say, my name is Sylvia. My name is Sylvia. And it's going in a circle. I promise you, I'm trying to hold my hand still, but it's moving microscopically. You know, I'm sure it's not microscopically, it's not that small, but it's moving a little bit and it's indicating the answer that my subconscious knows. Okay. And you can access higher levels of consciousness than just your own mind and your subconscious with this sort of thing and with muscle testing. It's not, once again, it's just if you're in alignment with truth and love and liberty, then you're you can step forward trusting those answers at least for the next few steps, well, especially while you're getting comfortable with it. Okay, so my name is Rachel. And right away it started going and settled in a front back motion. So pendulums, not evil. It's just your muscles doing whatever they're going to do to help you get an answer. Okay, let's see. Okay, I was telling a story. Okay, okay, so muscle testing, telling a story. Remind me of the story. Um, if you want to hear the rest of it. Otherwise, oh, about school, a school maybe. Um, well, okay. Well, I was talking about the different kinds of muscle testing and then like my repetitive use injury. And so I started snapping. That was easier. The okay sign was hard for me at first, but I kept I kept going on that and now it's easy. Um, here's the thing is that we we all have this ability within us. We all have this ability within us because, well, anybody who can walk or type on a keyboard or anything like that. We can develop this. It takes some time and some learning at first, but start with little things. Start with duh answers. Like, do I like this soup that I'm eating? And do I, you know, did I sleep well last night? Or that one might even be too obscure. Are the lights on right now? And if you keep going with the duh answers, then you get more and more familiar with how it feels. And then you can start to ask questions about things that it doesn't really matter all that much. I could go right to take my kid to school, or I could go left. Which one should I do? Muscle test for it, and then just follow it and see what happens because it's it's when we start to trust it that we make a stronger connection with accurate answers, and then we see the evidence of the answers. Like maybe I've heard this story that like someone was looking for a bed frame and they couldn't afford one, so they were looking for one for a good deal. They really wanted the certain kind, and one day they felt like going right, pardon me, right instead of left. And they went right, and there was a headboard set out on the curb. And they went and asked at the door, and the person was like, "Yes, please take it." Um, Things like that, serendipity, things like that start to happen when you start trusting your muscle testing. Okay. Um, More important issues. I work with people to help them overcome physical problems, emotional problems, relationship problems. I work in my own life to do that and with my kids and with my friends and my husband. And sometimes there's not much that I can do. But sometimes, I'd say probably like 80% of the time, we can muscle test to a more and more refined place to look for the answer of why this is happening and what we need to do to fix it. For instance, right now I have plantar fasciitis that I've been dealing with for months, and I'm getting more and more refined. And my friend Erin, who's actually on this call, she was like, I was kind of muscle testing and not getting any clear answers, and she was like, "Well, where are you going?" And immediately the muscle testing went strong. It was like, yes, this is the right line of questioning. Start asking here. And sometimes I relieve my own pain and sometimes not with the plantar fasciitis because I think it's just it's about kind of different subjects, and this is seriously just guidance for me. It's good. So and with clients, so if you want to muscle test for other people, you ask permission to tune into their energy. And you can do it at a distance, absolutely, because everything is connected. There's so much evidence that we're all connected energetically, and all you have to do is tune into that person's energy. And what I mean by tune in, what do I mean by tune in? Um, you, I do it almost without thinking about it now, but you can imagine a cord, a golden cord from your heart to their heart, wherever they are, and just don't even imagine, you don't even have to worry about imagining the distance, just connect. Just imagine the cord connecting. And and I always ask for permission from God and permission from the person. So, if I were to, one time I um, did that, and then I did energy work on my husband, and he came home. He came home that day. I forgot about it. He came home that day, and he was like, I said, "How was your day?" And he was like, "It was great." I hope he doesn't mind me telling. But he was like, "But I couldn't stop going to the bathroom all day. I had to keep stopping to go to the bathroom." And I had been working on on his digestive tract. And I was like, oh no, I'm sorry. So anyway, I had permission though. I had permission from his spirit and from Heavenly Father. And I always have in my mind, this is just my rule always, and I've asked for God to cooperate with me in this rule, especially because of the experiences that I've had with mentors who are maybe off base. Um, yeah, sure, I can show the remote stuff, yes, and we can practice for sure. Okay, um, but I've learned to operate with the idea that God, if I'm about to do something that's not your will, stop me. Mess up my work. If I try to push through anyway, just please guide it in a way that'll be absolutely benign and harmless and absolutely ineffective. I don't want to have any negative effect, and I believe God has our highest interest in mind and that he wants the best for us. So I'm like, whatever's in alignment with your will, God. And so I always make sure of that. And so you can have that too. You can just kind of ask God, like, please help me develop this gift. Uh, and if I ever do anything outside of your will, please let me know. And please stop me. Okay. Okay. So can you show us remote? Okay. And maybe we can practice. Yes. Okay. So, God, how do you want us to do this? We're going to start by thinking about a person that you love. You can close your eyes for this if it helps you think about them and picture them. And we're going to connect at the heart. If it's a person that you already know and love and care about, you've already got a cord. And let's ask God to clean up that cord. We're going to clear out all dark, sticky yuckiness of like past misunderstandings or disagreements. Um, and any hurt feelings, we're just going to ask God to clean this cord up. This is going to be the cord that we're communicating with right now. We've got lots of other cords, but this one right now, just clean it up, clean it up, clean it up, clean it up. Okay. And I'm getting that we're like 85% done, working, 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 clean, 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 clean. Okay. Very good. Very good. And just keep intending for that to be clean. We're letting go of all baggage right now. We can pick it up later if we want to, but for this exercise, we're going to be clean of all the baggage, okay? And I want you to pick whatever way of muscle testing you like. And I'm going to do the okay sign because it's easy to show people from far away. So for me, I'm going to, got somebody I'm supposed to work on. Um, I'm waiting for their face to show up so I can know who it is. Okay. All right, I've got who it is. And make sure that cord is clean and permission from God and permission from the person. So permission from God, yes. Permission from the person, yes. And then you might say something like, let's do something completely healing and beautiful and just send a message of I love you to that person. And we'll see, like, did they receive it? Ooh. Okay, for this person that I'm dealing with, I feel like I have to say, I'm sorry first. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you for everything that you've done for me. And I love you. Okay. Now the I love you goes through. And and that cord is strengthened. So it's strengthened and healed and cleaned. Um, it's not as high as it could be. It's not as high vibration as it could be, but it is stronger and it's cleaner and brighter. It's got more light in it. So then, let's see. So, do you have someone in mind that you have stewardship over? This is not necessarily adult children. Um, your adult children are their own person now. Um, you don't necessarily have jurisdiction over them. They can give you permission to muscle test for them, even spirit to spirit. I've gotten no answers from people when I was working on them spirit to spirit before, and I honor that, obviously, because with my deal with God, it would make my energy work um, a moot point anyway. So, but then you can, if you're working with someone that's an adult and an adult and they are a capable like individual, their cognitive functions are all there. I've done it several times where okay, for instance, once I was working on with a friend and her husband had been, she described him as a walking volcano. You didn't know when he was going to blow. And so and she wanted to work on him. And I asked him, spirit to spirit, can I work on you? And I got a no answer. And I was like, okay. And I just turned back to her and I explained, I don't do anything that I don't have permission from the person. And the only work that I allow to go through is the work that is God's will. And I explained that a little bit more in depth, like I just did with you. And then when I went back and I was going to show her again, like, so I just asked their spirit, do I have permission to work on you? And then I had the permission. It was like his spirit had tuned in to the conversation because we knocked. We knocked on his door and he tuned in, his spirit tuned in. And when he heard the explanation, he gave permission after that. And then we did some energy work. And the next day, she texted me and she said, he's completely different. And then a few weeks later, I asked, how is he? And she's like, he's never gone back. It's so great. Okay. So muscle testing, spirit to spirit work. Awesome. 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 Okay. Muscle testing for, ooh, oh, okay. Here's another way to do remote muscle testing is that you can see what would be good for so and so today. Like if my daughter has a headache at work, I can say, all right, is it emotional? Is it physical? Is it mental? Mental. And then is it spiritual? Is it aura? Okay, it's mental. So there's something that she's thinking or believing that is giving her a headache. And it could be that it's making her hold her shoulders up a little tighter or her neck a little stiffer or something. Or it could be something that's kind of raising her blood pressure because she's stressed about it. And but you can muscle test for all of those things too. But if we get that the root is mental, then we can start going, okay, is it something you're thinking about? Yes. Okay. Is it something to do with friends? Yes. Okay. Is it something to do with family? No. Is it something to do with this friend or this friend or this friend? And so, and I'm actually testing on her right now. Do I have permission? Yes. Okay. And so is it something to do with a coworker? No. Is it something to do with oh, see, and I my fingers start doing this. I need to be back to the basics, back to the basics. Okay. Is it something to do with a coworker? Is it something to do with a friend? Is it a past friend? That was a sticky no. So is it like a friend that is a current friend and a past friend? Okay. And I can get down to like, hey, which friend is it? And then I can ask her and text her and say, okay, I'm getting this and this and this. What friends fit that description? Are you thinking about a friend lately? Are they on your mind? What are you worried about? What are you thinking that is stressful or not in alignment with love and joy? If it's not bringing love and joy, what is it bringing? Okay. And then we can work through the problem. Okay. Um, let's see. Did that help with remote? The way that we can do that remote muscle testing, once again, like I said, is that we've got those energetic connections with everybody on Earth. There's just a giant energy field, and we're all connected, but we can, just like a cell phone, can pick out, I want to call this person instead of just send out a mass call to everybody who has a cell phone. We can pick up on that person's frequency and we can connect to that person's frequency by visualizing them clearly and you'll begin to feel it. You'll begin to feel that connection and then when you're done working on someone, muscle testing on someone, you're supposed to close that connection with gratitude and love. Mine does it automatically now, unless there's like a really forceful energy from somebody else, and then I have to on purpose do it. Kind of like the salesman on my porch yesterday who wouldn't go away. I had to be forceful. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Uh, and Okay. So you close the connection so that you're not so that as you go through your day and you're muscle testing for yourself, you're not getting answers that are blurred by their answers, okay? All right. Now, what's another? Are there any questions? So, Jen, I love that you made that comment earlier about the arm testing. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So we've got someone with a headache. Can you help me with the questions to ask again? Absolutely. So, there are five aspects to our being. I'm sure we could split it into more or we could condense it into less, but this is a good number for me. So I would ask, is it physical, mental, spiritual, aura, or emotional? And this is the way that I was trained in one of the modalities that I was trained in, and it just works really well for me. And once you narrow it down to one of those five categories, um, you can start asking questions within that. So if you've got a headache right now, I'm going to say, let's see, may I tune into your energy? Is that okay? Okay. And and since this is a muscle testing class, would you like to muscle test on yourself and get answers? Sometimes it's a little harder when you're the one in pain. And if the pain is at a level that's distracting, like a bad headache. Um, so, um, if it is, let's see. Right. Okay. I will test along with you to see if our answers match up. And if they don't match up, it doesn't mean that you're wrong or I'm wrong. It means ask more questions. Okay. All right. So go ahead and let's see. So we're going to ask categories 1 through 5. We'll just keep them numbered the way that I did: physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, aura. Okay. She says anyone else is welcome to test as well. So let's ask for the root of this problem. We don't want to be clipping off leaves of this ugly weed that's bothering her garden right now. We want to get to the root and pull out the root. So what is the root? And test 1 through 5. And everybody type in your answer, what you get. This will be fun for Ruthie. And we'll just ask that everybody's energy is cleared up towards Ruthie and between them and Ruthie. And okay, Ruthie. The interesting thing about muscle testing like this in a group, where a group is coming together and testing on one person for their what's going on with them, The interesting thing is that unless everybody has very clear intentions of like, we're going to work through this person's best way of solving the problem, if we're not clear on that, then everybody's going to be working, accessing answers that will be their best way to solve Ruthie's problem, to solve the headache problem.
Can I ask a real quick question?
Yeah.
With not you, with the snapping, which one is yes, which one is no?
Okay. Yes is the holding strong, and no is
Okay,
it can't hold.
good. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So the person with the headache gets a yes on all of the categories except for three, which is spiritual. So is her polarity reversed? No, I'm not getting that it's reversed. So if it's in all categories, it really could be that all categories are having trouble and it's culminating in a headache. So let's see. Ooh, how do we work with that? Oh, this could be fun. Okay. So since I tested five, I'm gonna start working with Ruthie. Okay, so five is aura. Um, if you got a different answer, please pop the answer in the comments, and I'll tell you if you forgot which category it was. Um, I'll tell you which category it was, and we can start asking questions. So for me, and I'll just lower my voice just a little bit so you can listen or you can tune me out, hopefully. If it's aura, I'm going to ask, is her, I'll stop tuning in on that level. I'll just ask muscle testing. Is it her, is it her actual aura? Is it her chakras? Okay. So then which chakra? There's seven main chakras, or like so many chakras, but there's seven main chakras: root, sacral, power, heart, throat, brow, crown. So the crown chakra is the one that's having trouble for Ruthie right now. And so I can ask, what's the trouble? Is it open? Yes. Is it spinning correctly? No. So I'm going to ask it to be spinning correctly. Okay. Okay. So she started testing through her chakras too, and she got the crown chakra too. So we're going to ask for her crown chakra to be spinning correctly. And do I need to turn it around? Do I need to do the front of the chakra? Does it want to be clockwise? Wants to be counterclockwise. So for me, that's this direction. So I'm just going to envision doing this with her chakra. I'm just kind of saying, like, I'm just being a proxy for Ruthie right now. We're going to spin it that way. Is that to unwind the energy? Is it to release energy? Is it just to get it going? Okay. Is her chakra balanced? Yes. Okay. Is it too far open? No. Okay. Is it receiving as it should? No. Okay. So we're going to ask, what's the problem with receiving as it should? Um, and then just start coming up with questions, ideas. Like what could be stopping it from receiving? Is it plugged up? No. Is it feeling unworthy? No. Is it and I like, does it have feelings of unworthy? No. Um, okay. Okay. Oh, stop listening. Okay. Sorry, I'm tuning in. And for Ruthie's crown chakra, let's see. It's open. It's spinning correctly now. It's receiving. It's still not receiving. Now, I'm going to ask Ruthie, do you have any ideas of why your crown chakra might not be receiving? Crown chakra is, I see. Oh, physical. So, a physical reason, is it a physical reason that it's not receiving? It's a reason around physicality? Could that be? Have you been worried about your physical health lately? Do you have, yeah, what are your physical concerns that might have to do with the headache? Toxins. Okay. Okay. And immediately I see tendrils um going through your brain. Okay. But so I can just muscle test on that. Are there tendrils of something going through her brain? Yes. Okay. And is it kind of a spiritually or energetic? It's a literal thing. Okay. Oh, oh, it started hurting when she tried to connect to a remote person. Okay, so were you being blocked? No. Um, was it, was it just taxing to your brain? No. Is there a connection to that person and the toxins in your brain? Yes. So somehow those are connected, um, I guess energetically or associated. Associated? Do you think that there's an association between that person and the toxins? I don't know. Okay. She doesn't know. Okay. It feels like a thought association um with that person, and it's almost like it wakes up the toxins in the brain. So or shifts over to where it can be blocked by those toxins. Okay, so what can we do to relinquish this hold is those are the words that I'm hearing. So I'm going to muscle test. I heard the words relinquish the hold. Is that the right way to go? Yes. Okay, so we're going to relinquish the hold that the toxins have on the brain. Is that the right thing? Okay. And like, let's just see. Relinquish the hold that the toxins have on the toes. Okay. Okay, so and does this association, does it come from an actual event? I'm asking the wrong question because my fingers were way too weak. Um, so it's kind of like the hot cold game, I just got way cold. And okay, so relinquishing the hold, and I'm okay. Do we need to like pull it out energetically? Okay. So I'm thinking that we should pull from the bottom. Yes, pull from the bottom. Okay. Does it feel like, oh, and it kind of feels like it needs to go through the amygdala and through what's it's like the hypothalamus? The hypothalamus? Okay. So we're just gonna kind of grab onto them, and it feels like they blossomed out of one area and they're kind of going up like that. And it kind of feels like I can just grab on and pull down, and I'm just because this is a muscle testing class, can I do that? And will it work? Yes. Okay, so and the energetic work is the precursor to all physical work. Everything showed up energetically before it showed up physically. And that could be as a thought, as an idea, and as an intention. So my intention is to gently, and if it's God's will, pull down on this bulb and have all of those little tendrils of toxins come sliding out. And they're actually coming out so easily without disrupting anything else that's going on. And when I get them all out, which is almost done, I can muscle test for when this is done. My intention right now is to hold strong while I'm still pulling this out. And when it's done, my finger is going to snap. Okay, so I'm pulling, pulling. Whoa. Okay. So that's done. Okay. So now I can throw that away in an energetic bag, in a bag that the angels are holding out for me to throw stuff away in. Um, okay, and where you always want to replace, there's a vacuum and we want to replace it with the light and love of Jesus Christ. And so I'm just going to imagine that spilling in and running through all of those tracks and grooves. And um, scientists have even found that when they shine light on areas in the brain, it heals them. And I thought that was pretty miraculous and wonderful. So we're welcoming in the light of Christ, and it is, and then I'll muscle test. Is it complete? Not quite. Did you see that? It kind of opened a little. Is it complete? No. Okay. Filling up, filling up, filling up. Is there anything stopping you from accepting the light of Christ into your brain at this point? Anything come to mind, or you can muscle test for anything? While she's thinking, let's see. I feel it go all the way down and stop at the brainstem. Okay. Okay. So then, can we ask why is it stopping at the brainstem? Yes. Is it because there's a block? Is it because there's more toxins? Is it because that's as far as it wants to go? No. Is it because of acceptance? No. Oh, let's ask the categories. Physical, mental, spiritual. Spiritual. So spiritual in the brainstem, receiving the light of Christ down the brainstem. Is it, does it have to do with your spirit, someone else's spirit, the Holy Ghost? Okay. And the Holy Ghost, and then I feel like just granting permission for the Holy Ghost to receive all the way down. Oh, head feels better. Okay, good. Oh, I'm so glad. Okay. And are we receiving that light down the brainstem? Can you tune in and ask and see and muscle test? Are you receiving that light down your brainstem now, past your brainstem? Yes. Okay. Good. Okay, that's wonderful. So we'll just ask for that to keep circulating the way that is in this person's highest good, in line with their highest good. And is there anything else that we need to do to wrap this up? No, but now I'm like, let's go back and check the work we did. And obviously your headache is gone, so thank goodness, or it feels better. That those are your words. It feels better. Okay. So then if we go to um brow chakra, um is it is it open? Is it spinning correctly? Is it receiving? That's good. Is it able to flow out? Yes. And flow in? Yes. Okay. And is crown chakra okay? So crown chakra up here, is that the one we landed on or was it brow? I thought it was brow, but now I don't remember. Is crown chakra okay? Oh, okay. Crown chakra is okay. Okay, good. All right. Is there anything else for Reiki? No, no, we're good. Okay. One more trick for muscle testing that will speed up your ability to work with it is when you're testing down a list, and it could be through years if you're looking for the root of an event. It could be, was I 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old? You can set the intention for your muscle testing to hold until the answer is the right answer, and then it can let go. You can command that of your body. You can just like, because your body wants to cooperate with you. So you can just say, this is the way we're doing it right now. So when I'm testing back for the root of somebody's trauma or something, I might say, did it happen from ages, like from pre-existence, birth, up until birth, years 0 through 5? Yes. Okay. Then was it year 1, 2, 3, 4? Okay. It was when they were 4 years old. Okay. And did it happen? Did it happen? Um, I might say, did it happen with mom, dad, brother? Okay, it happened with brother. Okay. And I'm testing on a real person, but I don't know who. Um, and then we can go through and find the answers, and then we can find out the root, like, find out the story and learn the truth that our wise adult self connected to God can learn about the story and then change it and reverse the trauma or grow from the trauma, make it better. Um, okay. Let's see. Any other questions about muscle testing? I know that was probably a lot, but are you feeling success with it? I'm curious. I can feel a buzz of thinking around it. And okay, so if I tune in and ask, is there anything else that God wants this class to know about muscle testing? It's that you can do it too. It is absolutely within your power. Spiritual gifts are one of the things that the scriptures say we're supposed to covet spiritual gifts and seek after getting them ourselves. You can't steal it from someone else, so might as well just go for it. Love it. Love, love, love. Okay. God, is there anything else you want us to know? Keep reaching, keep trying. This is one of the refined ways that you can get answers from me, God, from God. And when you go to bed at night, muscle test about muscle test about your day. Get used to thinking about your day and working out like what was done well, what was resolved well, what am I um ooh, okay. Um, feel like I got off track because I was Sylvia. I was trying to say something that made sense to me. So I let me tune back in. And what else would God want us to know about muscle testing? That it's a tool and it's neutral. It's absolutely neutral. And you can use it. You can use it for everything that you want to. And keep trying, keep learning, keep growing, keep using it. Um, always check it against, this is me talking again. Always check it against light and love and truth, dignity. If it fosters more dignity between people, if someone needs to be humbled, then it's okay if they feel humbled. There is still dignity in being humbled. It's when, yeah, we just don't want to press anyone else down. We don't want to judge ourselves to be better than anyone else, and we don't want to do anything that would take away connection and greater love. The worldview that causes us to fear and to separate into tribes or even isolate by ourselves, the worldview is a view of disconnection or scarcity. And when we remember the truth, when we return to love, we realize that all of the good that comes to other people is good for us too. And all of the good that we do to anyone else comes back to us. Good is our actions are all a ripple that resonates around the whole world. And each one of us is a raindrop in the pond. And our ripples have an effect on everyone. And the more, but light and love are more powerful than illusion and darkness. And that's really the truth. Anytime we're not feeling loving towards ourselves or others, we are believing an illusion. That's why when we're muscle testing and we're trying to get real answers, even if we don't like what someone did, uh, if we're not feeling love towards them, and you can even feel angry at them and still feel love towards them. Uh, if we're in alignment with love, our muscle testing is going to be stronger and clearer and more in alignment with truth. Okay. All right. So that was really fun to go over all of that muscle testing stuff. I'm wondering if there's anyone that wants to come on and have some work done. Please either raise your hand or pop it in the chat.